There are tons of delicious food choices in Hawaii, from local joints to tourist hotspots. Here are some of our favorite places to eat on the island of Oahu. By the way, the Hawaiian word ono means delicious, and it's often used in combination with the word grinds, which means delicious food. Good morning from the Honolulu Coffee Experience. So this is a really cool coffee place for the Honolulu Coffee Company. They actually have several different locations all around Honolulu, but this is their main experience center or their flagship center. And to me, it's kind of like the Starbucks Roastery that's in Capitol Hill over in Seattle, where they have the Roastery here in the middle of the whole building. But you can also get your own coffee here. So I went ahead and got the Hawaiian latte, which is 2 shots of espresso along with some macadamia nuts and coconut syrup. You can get it hot or iced, and I went for the iced version, and it's really nice on a hot day like today. But I like those really subtle flavors of macadamia and coconut.
I'm having a Kona coffee, and it's like the ultra assorted because there's like the little one called the pea berry that only occurs so little in a batch. And the whole thing is like that, which makes it one of the most sought after. Kona coffee itself is already very rare, so this is ultra rare. It's delicious. It's a pour over. You have a full spectrum from the first taste and in the back lingering aftertaste, which is pleasant, unlike other coffees you may get. They're bitter, they're sour, they're burnt, they just taste foul. This one is good.
Today we're here in the neighborhood of Kaimuki, which is right behind Diamond Head, and we're here at Pipeline Bakeshop. They're known for their malasadas, or their Portuguese donuts. And another place that's been really well known for them is Leonard's Jr.'s Bakery. But I'd say that this Pipeline Bakery has been the new place to come for malasadas. And so we've got 2 malasadas here. We've got the lihimoi malasada as well as the matcha one. And we also have a strawberry cake bomb. So Martin started early. He dug into the matcha malasada. So tell us what that one was like.
Tastes like good bread with powdered sugar and a little bit of green tea. These are a lot less greasy and sweet than the ones I've had before.
And I've got the lihimoi malasada. So lihimoi is like a salty and sweet plum, and it flavors a lot of snacks. If you grew up here, then you definitely know what lihimoi is. And so I'm gonna try this one out. The first bite I get is actually very salty. I taste that salt part of the lihimoi, but there is a sweet part as well. Final thing I have here is a strawberry guava cake bomb. I've never had a cake bomb before, but they're supposed to be known for their cake bombs here as well as their malasadas. So let's give this a try. It's definitely feeling a lot more hefty and thick compared to the malasada. It has a really nice guava flavor. It tastes real, it doesn't taste fake. And also the cake is really light and crumbly. And yeah, I really like this. I almost like it more than the malasada, I have to admit. So there's also a strawberry guava filling as well as the icing. And kind of the same flavor as the icing. Really nice. So it's a nice little surprise. And that's why this cake bomb is so dense, because it's filled with that strawberry guava as well.
We got our kava, or like they call it here, ava, because they've probably had so much kava they got too lazy to say the K.
Yes, we made it to the destination. It's, I think, called like the Health Bar, and they've got a bunch of different things, including acai bowls if you're into that, and some salads. But we come here for the ava, and we got a double, 16 ounces of ava. So let's go for it.
It still tastes like dirt.
I was just gonna say,
it's kind of like
my dirt.
Cold, refreshing dirt.
It's gotta be cold. Don't
Yes.
drink this warm. It will not taste good.
And the more you drink, the more it makes your mouth numb, especially your tongue. And after a while, you start relaxing and feeling good and social. So it's not really a drug, you know, it's a root, it's an herb, whatever you call it. And it feels kind of in between alcohol and weed, because it makes you relax like weed does, but it makes you social like alcohol does. So it's kind of best of both worlds.
Yeah, and I don't think you need to be 21 and over to consume it or anything. I mean, maybe they would card us if we looked under 18, but yeah, really easy to buy, and it was $10 each.
Yeah, which is pricey, but it's hard to get it good and fresh.
So speaking of food, I think we're actually going to head across the street. It's a building that says Pioneer on it, so it's Pioneer Saloon, and it says plate lunch. And there's a bit of a line, so that's maybe an indicator of how good the food is. So let's go check it out.
Here is the menu.
Yeah.
Rice bowls, curry, shellfish, seafood, salmon.
Well, we got our dinner and we actually walked quite a bit farther away. We're back to the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center to find a place to sit and enjoy our dinner. So I have the miso butterfish. The butterfish is a black cod and it's marinated in miso and it has a really buttery flavor to it. So it's really rich, really good. And we each have plate lunches, so it comes with rice and a macaroni salad. And you have the...
It's like a ahi katsu furikake. You gotta know your Asian food to understand that.
That's true. So the furikake is like a seaweed and sesame seed kind of seasoning that's usually on rice, but in your case it's on top of the fish.
Yeah.
And it's katsu, so it's breaded and fried.
And it's ahi, which means tuna.
And
Yeah, it's
I already
delicious.
snuck a bite and it's very, very thick. Like this is the real deal tuna. It's very, very good.
And Julian hit his dinner and passed out already. Bandito is here stealing my cards.
Yep, we're all here, and as you might be able to tell by the sound and what's around us, we're here at a bowling alley. It's a bowling alley with a restaurant inside of it. It's called Aiea Bowl. It's a pretty classic place to come bowling and also to get some really good local Hawaii food.
So on the map it said Aiea Bowl, and I thought they were talking about bowls of food. Turns out they're talking about bowling, but they also do have bowls of food.
Both?
So
yep, it's an accurate name actually. The food has arrived and Martin is already digging into his aki plate. So what do you think so far?
it's really good. It's actually different a lot, even though both are furikake. Last night's was katsu, and this one is just furikake. Very different flavor, and I love them both.
Yeah, you can see that. It's got really big chunks of sesame seed on it. Yeah, that's good. That is different. It's thinner. Last night was a lot thicker. This is thin, and yeah, it has a really big like sesame seed flavor to it because of that furikake. So I went with saimin, which is a classic Hawaii soup noodle dish. It consists of noodles. Sometimes it's like ramen noodles or Chinese style noodles with a broth, and also some other condiments, including bok choy, char siu, and also kababoku fish cake. The broth itself is, kind of, I would say bland compared to like a ramen, it's really kind of neutral, but yeah, it tastes really, really good. It tastes like my childhood.
Asian girls love fish cake.
And noodles.
Yes, that's the way to their heart.
Well, now we're on the hunt for some dessert. So we're here at a classic supermarket where you come for your Asian goods, Don Quijote.
Why is it called that one in Japanese? I have no idea.
That's a very good question. But yeah, this is like the classic place where your mom or your grandma would bring you when you're growing up here.
Wait, they're Japanese.
That's true. Well, I mean, most Asians or most people who live here will come here. But yeah, for us, it's kind of like a wajimaya, but like a much, much bigger, more authentic version of that here. The dessert section, you can see some crepe cakes, kind of like Lady M, but more island style. We've got Japanese fruit sandwiches. We have some jelly rolls, which is basically like a Swiss roll with fruit and mochi. This is what I was here to look for. Ooh, and this is classic too. Here, cream pies. There's like a lilikoi cream pie. There's a chocolate cream pie, banana cream pie. This isn't quite Ted's, but very similar. This is tough. I don't know what to choose. What did you get?
I got the fruit sandwich. What a genius invention. All things I love, a sandwich and fruit and cream.
He likes oranges, so yeah, he's all for that one.
Oh no. Oops. I love it because I like both strawberry and cream and orange and cream combos.
For my dessert, I chose a giant mochi, and I don't actually know what's inside of it, so we're gonna find out. Oh my god, it's huge. Strawberry and cream. I'll share. But yeah, this is exactly what I was hoping for. We're at the biggest mall in Honolulu, Ala Moana, and it is like a little city. I feel like it's always been one of the bigger malls, but it feels even bigger than before, to the point where I'm kind of lost. I barely know where we're going.
We're trying to find a new food court, because actually Hawaii does food courts well, like Asia does. Where we're from, the food court is the last place you want to eat. But here we have had good food in a food court. So we found a map. We're in the exact opposite end of where we have to be.
We want to be all the way down here. But yeah, if you look at this whole map, it just shows how big this whole shopping mall is. There's 4 different levels and just crowded with all these brands. So very good for shopping. We found it.
I got some fresh looking lemony juice, yuzu tea actually. And you're gonna have to tell us what yuzu is because you're the Korean.
It's like citrus fruit, like an Asian citrus fruit.
Tastes that way and I love it. And Julian reached for the camera, so I'm giving him a chance to vlog.
So we got some musubis from Musubi Cafe Iasume, which is really good. They have a bunch of different locations. And so I got a spam musubi with eel, unagi, and also avocado. So I'm pretty curious about this. I love that. I love spam musubi because it's kind of like salty and sweet, the spam. And then it adds the extra layer of the egg and the unagi and the avocado. And yeah, this feels like more of a complete meal. So it's not just spam and rice.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
And then we also got a pastry from Brug, the Japanese bakery here. And it's a Kahlua pork panini. This is an interesting take on a panini because you would think it'd be like a sandwich. All right, there we go. Broken in half. Nice big chunks of Kahlua pork in there. Salty, definitely tastes like Kahlua pork, but I like the bun around it too. It's like soft. It's usually you have Kahlua pork with rice, so it's kind of interesting to have it in like a roll instead. This is nice, really easy to handheld it and travel with it.
Tastes good. What's the green stuff? Parsley, cilantro or something?
I'm not sure. Usually it's Kahlua pork and cabbage, but it doesn't look like cabbage to me. It looks healthier than cabbage. That was our little tour of the Lanai, the new food court here. It has, you know, some nice little snacks and kind of like some fusion food. But if you want to come and get really good Asian food, Japanese food specifically, there's another food court in this mall called Shirakuya Japantown, the Japan Walk, which is kind of on the other side of the mall where we actually were earlier. And so that's a big Japanese themed food court also here in this mall.
That one is awesome.